All right, so now I'm ready to calculate my averages. I'm going to need a little bit more room here. So I'll just make those a little bit wider. And so I click in the first cell. And if I want to see grid lines over all this area, I could highlight all of this. And then just come up here. And I could choose all borders. There we go. So now I have grid lines. If those are a little too dark for me, I could highlight it again. And I could come down here to more borders and then choose that line, and I could choose the color, a lighter gray, and I could see what that looks like when I do that. So that's pretty light. Let's try the next color up. It's a little better. That's good. All right, so for assignment averages, I'm going to come up to my formulas, and I could just use AutoSum average. And now it's asking me, you want to calculate the average of all this data to the left? No, that's not what I want. I just want to select my assignments, which are from here to there. So I left click and drag. And that's going to be from column C to G in row 2. So that's C2 to G2. That's perfect. So I hit enter. And my quizzes, I'm going to calculate the average for my quizzes. And again, I come over here and I select, just the quizzes. And I press enter, and I can check that. And it's average H2 through K2. If I double click it, then I can see it's highlighted, and I press enter to accept that. For my IT lab, there is no average, so I'm just going to hit the equal sign and say whatever scores there, show it also here. And for attendance, there absolutely is an average. So average, and it's going to be all this stuff. I can also select from right to left. There we go. And now I'm ready. Oh, and then the final is going to be equal to whatever they got right there. And now you'll notice that I'm getting a little exclamation point. What's that mean? So I could click on that and it'll give me my error warning. Formula omits adjacent cells. So that's an okay, that's not a bad error. I could even go into error checking options and I could say, don't notify me when, let's see. Or here we go, formula which emits cells in a region, right? Don't notify me when that's occurring. I'm going to leave it on though. So all that meant was like we've only grabbed some of the data, like for here we only grabbed what was in assignments. So Excel is just kind of giving us a heads up on that. I'm going to select all this now. I could either copy and paste it down, Control C, and then select over where I want to paste it, Control V, or I could hit Control Z, undo. I could select everything. So I hit escape to get rid of my copy selection. I could select everything, pull down the autofill handle, which is right there in the corner, that little black square. Pull down the autofill handle, and it fills in all my numbers. If I see pound signs, that means there's numbers back there. So I'm going to just select all those cells, double click up here to expand them. Okay, so that's how we set it up. I'm just briefly glancing through here to make sure that there aren't any averages which are like crazy big. All right. So let's say that